We often hear it said, "You're too young," or "You're too old." But what if I told you that these words were nothing more than limits placed on us by others? Or worse, limits we place on ourselves. Imagine a world where wealth, success, happiness, and fulfillment had no age limit. Imagine a reality where your potential wasn't tied to your age, but to the decisions you make today. That is the power of the human spirit, an untapped, boundless well of possibilities. Success, wealth, and fulfillment are not reserved for the young or the old. They belong to the bold, to those who dare to take action. The moment you realize that age has no bearing on your ability to create wealth and happiness, you'll understand that the only true obstacle is your belief that you're too late or too early. Today is the day you begin, because, truly, wealth has no age limit. We've been conditioned to think that wealth is for the lucky few, or that life has a specific timeline for success. But let me tell you, the timeline you've been given is a lie. The road to success isn't marked with ages, but with decisions. Wealth isn't simply about accumulating money. It's about accumulating the knowledge, mindset, and courage to pursue your passions. Whether you're 18, 40, or 65, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you have the courage to start, and start today. Think about it. Every successful individual you admire, whether they built their empire at 30 or started from scratch at 50, had one thing in common. They didn't wait. They didn't let the calendar dictate their dreams. They didn't say, maybe next year, maybe when I'm older, maybe when I'm younger. They acted. They recognized that age, time, and circumstances are not the true forces that shape our destinies. We are, and we are all capable of so much more than we think. The reality is, we live in a world full of untapped opportunities, waiting for those willing to take them. Opportunity doesn't care how old you are. The market doesn't discriminate. You don't need to wait for permission from anyone to start pursuing your dreams. Life is full of second, third, even fourth chances. The moment you realize that age is just a number, not a barrier, you unlock the power to achieve what others might say is impossible. This is where the true magic begins, within you. It's the belief that you can do it. That no matter what you've been through, what mistakes you've made, or how many years have passed, you have the power to change your circumstances. You have the ability to create wealth through your mindset, your determination, and your willingness to work. The only way to fail is to never start at all. So today, let go of the idea that it's too late. Let go of the fears that tell you you're too old or too inexperienced. Today is the day you take control, break free from self-imposed limits, and build the life you've always dreamed of. You don't have to be a certain age to be wealthy. You just have to start. The future is waiting for you, and it doesn't care how old you are. It only cares that you show up, take action, and begin today. Imagine a world where every single moment, every day, was an opportunity to transform your life. A world where the boundaries of age, time, and opportunity no longer held any power over you. Where every person, no matter their stage in life, had access to the unlimited potential to create the wealth, success, and fulfillment they desired. The truth is, such a world already exists. The only thing standing between where you are now and where you want to be is the belief that it's too late, or that you're too old, too young, or too inexperienced to begin. We've been taught to accept these limitations, to believe that success has an expiration date. Society convinces us that youth is the only time to dream big and take risks, that middle age means you've missed your chance, and that older age is a time to sit back and relax rather than chase after new goals. But what if we looked at this differently? What if we realized that wealth, success, and happiness are not bound by age, but by the choices we make in the present? That the only time that truly matters is the one we are living right now. We are conditioned to think of success as something that happens at a certain age or stage in life. The early starters, the young achievers, they're the ones who get the glory. And the older individuals, those who may have taken longer to find their path, are often overlooked or dismissed as too late to make an impact. This idea, this false narrative, keeps us from seeing the vast horizon of possibilities right in front of us. It shackles us, holds us back, and convinces us to believe we don't have the time or the chance to be great. But let's face the facts. This is not true. The reality is that there are countless examples of people who began their journey at various stages in life and became some of the most successful, influential, and wealthy individuals of their time. These people didn't wait for the perfect moment or the right age. They didn't let the clock tick down while they hesitated or waited for a time when they thought they'd be more ready. They took action, and because of that, they created opportunities for themselves and for those who came after them. Wealth and success are not just the result of early beginnings. They are the result of taking initiative, of believing that no matter where you are in life, you are still capable of achieving something remarkable. Success isn't reserved for a select few. It's for anyone who is willing to put in the work, to embrace the process, and to believe in their own potential. Age is not a determining factor in whether you can become successful or wealthy. It's your mindset and your willingness to take the necessary steps that matter most. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that you need to wait for the perfect conditions, the right time, or a certain level of experience to take action. But the truth is, there is no such thing as the right time. There is only today, and today is the only time that truly matters. The past is gone, and the future is not yet here. All you have is this moment, the one you're living in right now, and it's up to you to make it count. Every single person who has ever achieved greatness started somewhere. They didn't start with all the answers, all the resources, or all the experience. They started with a decision to take action, to begin where they were with what they had, and to make the most of it. They didn't wait for the perfect moment, and they certainly didn't wait for age to tell them they were ready. They simply began. They recognized that the only thing that truly limits them is their own belief in what they can accomplish. The key to unlocking your potential lies in your ability to take action, to start, regardless of where you are in life. The fear of not being ready can paralyze you, but remember, there is no such thing as being fully ready. You don't need all the answers. You don't need to wait for the perfect conditions. The only thing you need is the courage to start, to make the decision today to take that first step. When you take action, you start to create momentum. And momentum is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. Once you begin, once you take that first step, things start to fall into place. Opportunities begin to present themselves. Resources appear where you once thought they didn't exist. And most importantly, you start to build confidence in your ability to succeed. This is the power of taking action, of believing in your ability to create the life you desire. The wealth you seek, the success you crave, the happiness you deserve, they are all within your reach. The only thing standing between you and them is the belief that you're too young, too old, too inexperienced, or too late to begin. But when you embrace the idea that age has no limit, that wealth is not a function of time but of action, you begin to see that there is no expiration date on your dreams. No matter where you are in life, no matter what stage you're in, you can still create the future you desire. And it all begins today, right now. This very moment. The first step is always the hardest, but it's also the most important. So take that step. Start now and keep moving forward. There is no time like the present to begin creating the life you've always dreamed of. Don't wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow may never come. Take action today and let the world see the incredible things you're capable of. Age truly has no limit when it comes to wealth, and neither does your potential. Every single person who has ever achieved anything of value didn't wait for the stars to align, didn't wait for the right age, the right time, or the right circumstances. They understood one simple truth: the best time to begin is now. Too often, we become trapped in the idea that there is a specific moment in life when we're supposed to act, when the conditions are perfect, when we're experienced enough, or when we have the right amount of years behind us. We convince ourselves that we need to wait until we are ready. But this line of thinking only holds us back. The truth is, you are ready right now. All you need is the willingness to begin. Consider how many people, regardless of their age, have succeeded by taking that first step. There is no perfect time to start. The time to act is when you decide that you are capable of creating the life you desire, and that no age, no stage in life, no condition, no experience will stand in your way. The world is filled with people who have transformed their lives, their circumstances, and their futures by deciding that they were going to take control of their destiny. Not in a year, not when they had enough money, not when they had the perfect skill set, but right now. There are countless stories of individuals who started their journey later in life, defying the traditional belief that youth is the only time to make a significant impact. Colonel Sanders, the founder of KFC, started his franchise in his 60s after facing multiple failures. He didn't let age determine when he would create his success. Instead, he began in his golden years, with nothing more than belief in his vision and a relentless determination to succeed. The world is full of similar examples. These individuals didn't let their age dictate their possibilities. They let their actions, their courage, and their dreams set the course for their success. When we let go of the false notion that success is only for the young, we open ourselves up to infinite possibilities. The truth is, no matter how old you are, you can start something today that will change your life. But you have to start. If you keep waiting for the perfect moment, for the right age, for the right conditions, you will wait forever. Perfection is an illusion. The right time to begin is the moment you decide to take action. Every day you wait is a day you lose. Every moment you hesitate is a moment your future is slipping away. So many people waste precious years because they fear they're too old, too young, too inexperienced. But experience is something that's earned over time, and you don't need to wait for years to gain it. You can learn, you can grow. You can take that first step toward the person you want to become, and from that step forward, you'll continue to evolve. Success is not about having all the answers or being perfect. It's about the courage to start, to fail, to learn, and to try again. Age has nothing to do with it. The key is to break free from the shackles of age-related thinking. Age is just a number. It is not a measure of your potential. It doesn't define what you can do, what you can achieve, or what you can create. The only thing that limits you is your belief that age matters. You can take control of your destiny today at any age by making the decision to move forward and take action. Whether you're 20, 40, or 60, the opportunity to change your life, to build your wealth, to live your dream, is available right now. Starting today means choosing to live without limits, without excuses, and without fear. It means rejecting the idea that you need to wait for things to be perfect, for the stars to align, or for the right age to arrive. The time is now. Your success begins with the decision to begin. That decision is the spark that ignites the fire of action, and action is what creates progress. Don't wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow is just a continuation of today. The only real time to act is right now. The most successful people in the world didn't wait for a specific moment in their lives to take action. They took action in the moment they chose to. They didn't wait for age to determine when they should start. They didn't allow years to pass before realizing they were ready. They understood that success wasn't about waiting for the perfect moment. It was about making the moment perfect by acting in it. They knew that their age, experience, and past failures didn't define their future. What defined their future was their ability to keep moving forward, no matter what age they were or where they started. You may be wondering if it's too late or if you've missed your chance. But let me ask you this. What if today is the day that changes everything for you? What if you take the first step right now? What if you refuse to let your age be a limitation and instead use it as fuel to prove to yourself and the world that it's never too late to achieve greatness? The time to act is now. This moment is the one you've been waiting for. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for a better moment. Start today, because today is the moment that counts. When you look at the world around you, you can see that success is not handed to anyone on a silver platter. It's not the result of some random twist of fate or luck. It's the result of one thing and one thing only: belief. Belief in yourself, belief in your potential, and belief that no matter what you've been through, you are still capable of achieving something extraordinary. Self-belief is the foundation on which everything else is built. Without it, no goal can be reached, no dream can be realized, and no vision can come to life. Too often, we stand in our own way. We let doubt, fear, and uncertainty cloud our vision, telling ourselves that we're not good enough, not experienced enough, or not capable enough to make our dreams a reality. These thoughts are powerful, yes, but they are also illusions. They are the stories we tell ourselves, the limits we impose, and the fears we feed. The real question is, how long will we let these limiting beliefs define us? How long will we allow the fear of failure, or the fear of not being ready, to hold us back from stepping into our true potential? It doesn't matter where you start or how many obstacles lie in front of you. What matters is your belief in your ability to overcome them. Success doesn't care about your age, your background, or your past failures. It doesn't care about your experience, your qualifications, or your education. Success only cares about one thing: your commitment to take action. The belief that, despite the challenges, despite the setbacks, despite the failures, you will keep moving forward. You will continue to push past every obstacle, every doubt, and every fear. And when you do, you will begin to see that the world is not only full of opportunities, but that those opportunities are waiting for you to step up and take them. Belief is what propels you forward, even when everything around you tells you to stop. It's the fuel that drives your ambition, your perseverance, and your resilience. Without belief, you'll never take the first step. Without belief, you'll always find an excuse to wait, to hesitate, and to doubt yourself. But when you truly believe in your ability to succeed, you see the world in a different light. You recognize that the challenges you face are not roadblocks. They are opportunities to grow, to learn, and to prove to yourself that you are capable of overcoming anything. The beauty of belief is that it's not something you're born with, but something you can develop over time. It's a choice, a decision, a commitment to yourself that you will not be limited by your fears or doubts. The more you choose to believe in yourself, the more evidence you begin to gather that proves you are capable of achieving your goals. And with each success, no matter how small, your belief grows stronger, your confidence builds, and your potential becomes limitless. It's easy to think that self-belief is only for the confident or the successful. But the truth is, belief is something anyone can cultivate. It's not about having all the answers or being perfect. It's about taking one step at a time, trusting that even when things don't go as planned, you are still on the right path. It's about knowing that the road to success is not linear, that it's filled with ups and downs, twists and turns, but that every setback is just another opportunity to grow stronger, to learn more, and to keep moving forward. Too often, we are conditioned to wait for the perfect moment or the right opportunity. We tell ourselves, "I'll start when I have more money," or "I'll start when I have more experience," or "I'll start when I'm older." But what we fail to realize is that the perfect moment is now. There is no better time than today to begin. The only way to build self-belief is to start, to take action, to take that first step, even if you're uncertain. The more you do, the more you begin to trust in your own abilities, and the more confident you become in your ability to succeed. Self-belief is not just about thinking positively or having blind faith. It's about taking ownership of your life, your actions, and your choices. It's about recognizing that you are in control of your future, and that no one and nothing can stop you from achieving your dreams except for yourself. The truth is, the only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself. The only barriers are the ones you create in your mind. And when you choose to break through those barriers, when you choose to let go of the doubts and the fears, you realize that there is no limit to what you can achieve. Believe in your potential. Believe in your ability to change your life. Believe that, no matter where you are, no matter how old you are, no matter what your past looks like, you are capable of achieving greatness. And believe that today, right now, is the best time to begin. The world is waiting for you to take that first step. The moment you believe in yourself, the moment you choose to take action, is the moment your life begins to change forever. You have everything you need to succeed. All that's left is to believe in yourself and take the first step. Every opportunity you see around you is a doorway, a gateway to something greater. Yet, too often, we look at those doors and hesitate. We see opportunities in front of us, but we hesitate because we think we're not ready. We think we don't have the right skills, or we think we're too late. But the truth is, the opportunity is always there. It's not about waiting for the perfect door to open. It's about choosing to step through the ones that are already in front of you. We live in a world that thrives on opportunities, yet many of us choose to ignore them or overlook them. Why? Because we've been taught to wait for the right time, the right opportunity, the perfect set of circumstances. But the secret to success isn't about waiting for the stars to align. It's about recognizing that the opportunity you need is often right in front of you, waiting for you to take the first step. The truth is, the moment you decide to start, the moment you make the choice to take action, the world starts to align in your favor. Opportunities begin to appear in places you never imagined, and the world begins to conspire with you in ways you never thought possible. When we think of opportunity, we often imagine it as something big in life, changing. We think of opportunities as something that will completely alter the course of our lives, as if they are rare, fleeting moments that we must seize at the perfect time. But opportunity doesn't always come in grand, sweeping gestures. Sometimes it comes in the smallest moments, those seemingly insignificant decisions you make every single day. The key to recognizing these opportunities is to stop waiting for the perfect moment and start seeing the moments you already have. Every day is filled with opportunities, new relationships to build, new skills to learn, new challenges to face, and new risks to take. But these opportunities aren't always obvious, and they often come disguised as hard work, failure, or even rejection. Opportunity doesn't always knock softly or ask for permission to enter your life. Sometimes it barges in with difficulty, with challenge, with discomfort. But every challenge you face, every obstacle you overcome, is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become the person you're meant to be. Opportunities are not always what we expect them to be. They don't always look like we imagine. But if you have the courage to face them, if you are willing to step into them despite the fear, the uncertainty, and the discomfort, you will find that each opportunity is a stepping stone to something greater. The key to unlocking the world of opportunity is mindset. You have to choose to see opportunity in everything, whether it's a success or a failure, a victory or a setback. The more you open your mind to the possibilities, the more you will begin to see that everything around you is an opportunity. The challenge, of course, is to take action. Opportunity is meaningless if you don't step through that door when it opens. Too many people wait for the perfect opportunity. But that's a trap. The truth is, there is no such thing as the perfect opportunity, only the opportunity that's in front of you right now. The world is constantly changing, and it's full of unknowns. But that's where the greatest opportunities lie, hidden in the uncertainty, waiting for those who are bold enough to step forward. The opportunities that will change your life are often the ones that challenge you the most. They require you to take risks, to step out of your comfort zone, to face your fears, and to trust in yourself. It's in those moments of fear, when you feel the urge to turn back, that you must push forward. That's when you know you're on the right path. When you begin to recognize opportunities in every corner of your life, you'll find that there's no such thing as bad luck or missed chances. There's only opportunity, waiting for you to recognize it, for you to take action and claim it as your own. The people who succeed are the ones who see the opportunities that others overlook. They're the ones who act, who move forward, who choose to see the potential in every situation, no matter how difficult, uncomfortable, or uncertain it may seem. It's easy to get stuck in the mindset that success is for others, that opportunities belong to the lucky few, or that you'll only get a chance when you're ready. But that's simply not true. The key is to take the opportunities that are in front of you right now. The moment you begin to take action, you'll find that doors start to open in ways you never imagined. Success is not a matter of waiting for the perfect opportunity to present itself. It's about recognizing the opportunities you already have and choosing to act. It's about having the courage to take that first step, even when you don't have all the answers, even when you're unsure of the outcome. When you make the decision to step through those doors, you'll find that opportunities continue to present themselves, each one leading you closer to the life you want to create. The truth is, you're never going to have everything figured out. You're never going to be completely prepared. But that's the beauty of opportunity. It doesn't wait for you to be ready. It waits for you to be willing. The world is full of opportunities, and they are waiting for you to take them. All you need to do is choose to see them and take action. The moment you do, your life begins to change. The moment you decide to step through the door, you'll discover a world full of possibilities, each one waiting for you to embrace it. The only question is, are you ready to step forward and claim them? The most powerful force you have at your disposal is the ability to take action. Without action, Dreams remain just that, dreams. Ideas stay ideas. Plans remain plans. But when you take action, something extraordinary happens. The world begins to shift. Opportunities appear. Momentum builds. And most importantly, you start to realize that the power to shape your future was always within you. It's easy to get caught up in the planning stage. We tell ourselves that we need more information, more experience, or more resources before we can act. We become so consumed with the idea of perfecting our plan that we forget the most crucial step: actually doing something. The truth is, the best plans are the ones that are acted upon, not the ones that are carefully crafted but never put into motion. Action is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. When you decide to take action, you begin the process of turning potential into reality. Every step forward, no matter how small, is progress, and that progress builds upon itself. The first step is always the hardest, but once you take it, you'll find that it's easier to take the next one, and the next, and soon you'll look back and realize that the momentum you've built through consistent action is carrying you farther than you ever imagined. Too many people sit on the sidelines of life, waiting for the perfect moment, for the right time, for the perfect conditions to take action. But here's the truth: the perfect moment doesn't exist. Conditions are never going to be just right. The stars aren't going to align for you. The only way to make things happen is to start, regardless of how imperfect the situation might seem. There's no such thing as a perfect beginning, only the willingness to begin. When you act, you learn. You fail, you adapt, you grow. It's through action that you gain the knowledge and experience that will guide you towards success. Action isn't about having everything figured out. It's about having the courage to move forward in the face of uncertainty. The most successful people aren't the ones who knew exactly what to do at every step. They're the ones who kept going, who learned from their mistakes, and who refused to let fear or failure stop them from moving forward. Every action you take, no matter how small, brings you one step closer to your goals. Success is built on a foundation of small, consistent actions. It's not about making giant leaps every day. It's about taking one small step at a time and doing that consistently. It's about showing up every day, doing the work, and trusting that each effort, no matter how insignificant it may seem, is bringing you closer to the life you want to create. Action also creates clarity. When you take the first step, you start to see the path ahead more clearly. You might not have all the answers, but the act of moving forward will reveal the next step you need to take. And once you take that, the next one becomes clearer too. By acting, you create momentum that makes it easier to continue. Without action, you're left in a state of stagnation, stuck in uncertainty. But when you move, even when you're unsure, the road becomes clearer with each step. The key is to embrace the uncertainty, to accept that there will be obstacles, setbacks, and challenges along the way. These are not signs that you should stop. They are signs that you are on the right path. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become more resilient. Success is not the absence of failure, but the ability to keep moving forward despite it. The more you take action, the more resilient you become. The more you embrace the challenges, the more equipped you become to overcome them. The world will not wait for you to be ready. The world will not wait for you to have all the answers. The world will not wait for the perfect conditions. But the world will respond to you when you take action. Opportunities will begin to present themselves. People will notice your efforts. And most importantly, you will start to see the results of your hard work. Action is the most powerful tool you have, and it's available to you right now. You don't need permission. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment. All you need is the courage to take that first step. Once you do, you'll find that the world begins to respond in ways you couldn't have imagined. You'll discover that you are capable of far more than you ever thought possible, and you'll realize that the future you want to create is entirely in your hands. The truth is that success doesn't come from waiting. It comes from doing. It comes from the willingness to take that first step, no matter how uncertain or imperfect it may feel. The world is full of people who are waiting for the perfect time to act, and they're still waiting. The difference between them and the people who succeed is simple: the ones who succeed take action. They start now. They don't wait. And that's what makes all the difference. If you want to change your life, If you want to create the success you desire, it starts with one thing: action. Take that first step today and watch as the world responds. It's easy to get caught up in the idea that success is something that happens to others. Those with the right connections, the right education, or the right timing. We see those who have succeeded, whether in business, sports, or other areas, and we think they were just lucky, that the stars aligned for them in a way they never will for us. But this thinking creates a barrier that tells us we're too late, too inexperienced, too young, too old, or too far behind to ever be successful. What if I told you that these are just illusions? That success doesn't come from luck or timing or a series of fortunate events. It comes from within. It comes from the choices you make, the belief you have in yourself, and the willingness to start today, no matter where you are or how far you think you are from where you want to be. You don't need to wait for some magical moment. You don't need to wait until you feel ready. You don't need to wait until everything is perfect. The truth is, perfection doesn't exist, and waiting for the ideal moment will only keep you stagnant. The key to success is recognizing that the moment to begin is always now. It's never too late to start, and no matter where you are in your life, you have the ability to make today the beginning of your journey to greatness. It doesn't matter how many mistakes you've made in the past, how many times you've failed, or how many opportunities you think you've missed. Every successful person you look up to has faced failure. In fact, failure is often the stepping stone to success. Each mistake is a lesson. Each setback an opportunity for growth. If you haven't experienced failure, you haven't yet truly pushed yourself to your limits. Failure isn't something to fear. It's something to embrace because it shows that you're on the right path, trying new things, learning, evolving, and most importantly, continuing to move forward. What separates those who succeed from those who don't isn't their intelligence, their upbringing, or their background. It's their mindset. Those who succeed believe in their own ability to overcome obstacles, to learn from their failures, and to keep going no matter what. They don't wait for permission to pursue their dreams. They don't wait for the right conditions. They create their own opportunities, and they do it by taking that first step, no matter how imperfect it may seem. The key is not in waiting for the perfect time to start, but in choosing to start right here, right now, with what you have. You may not have all the resources you think you need, but you have more than enough to begin. The world is full of opportunities, and those opportunities are waiting for you to step into them. It's easy to get caught in the idea that you need more money, more knowledge, more experience. But the truth is, what you need most is the courage to take action. The moment you decide to move forward, even when you don't feel fully prepared, you begin to create the momentum that will carry you further than you could have ever imagined. The moment you start, you are already ahead of those who are still waiting. They wait for the right time, the right moment, the right opportunity. You take action, you begin, and that's the difference. There's no need to wait for things to line up perfectly, because they never will. The perfect moment is the one you make right now. This is the power you have, the ability to choose to act, to choose to take the first step, no matter how uncertain or imperfect it may feel. Your future is created by the choices you make today. Every small step you take brings you closer to the life you want. Every decision, no matter how small, builds upon itself, creating momentum, gaining energy, and propelling you forward. Success is not something that happens overnight. It's built over time through consistent effort, persistence, and the willingness to keep moving forward, even when things don't go according to plan. It's built by the actions you take, the habits you form, and the mindset you cultivate. And all of that begins with one simple decision: the decision to start. The only way to fail is to never start at all. The moment you decide to take action, you eliminate the possibility of failure. Because you're already learning, already growing, already moving forward. The only true failure is inaction. The only real mistake is waiting for the perfect moment to begin. There is no perfect moment. There is only now. And now is the only moment that truly matters. As you move forward, you will face challenges. There will be times when you question yourself, when you feel discouraged, when things don't go as planned. But this is where the true test lies, not in avoiding obstacles, but in facing them head on and embracing the discomfort. and in continuing to push forward no matter what. Every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Every setback is a chance to learn, to adapt, and to come back stronger. And every time you get back up after falling, you're one step closer to achieving the life you've always dreamed of. So don't wait. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let the illusion of the perfect moment keep you stuck. The best time to start is right now. The world is waiting for you to step into your greatness. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is the choice to take action. Make that choice today. Take that first step and watch as the world begins to open up in ways you never thought possible. The truth is, the only limit that exists is the one you place on yourself. Age doesn't define your potential, nor does time or circumstance. What defines your success is your decision to start to act and to believe in your ability to achieve greatness, no matter where you are in life. The opportunities are endless, and they're waiting for you right now to step into them with courage, conviction, and a relentless belief in your own capabilities. Every step you take today is one step closer to the life you've always dreamed of. Every action, no matter how small, builds momentum and moves you closer to success. The road ahead may not always be smooth, but with every challenge you grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. And in those moments of doubt, remember this: the key to everything you desire is within you right now. All it takes is the willingness to begin. So, don't wait for the perfect time, the perfect circumstances, or the perfect age. The best time to start is today. Choose to take that first step, believe in yourself, and commit to the journey ahead. Because wealth, success, and fulfillment have no age limit. Your potential is limitless, and your future begins the moment you decide to start. The time is now.